I don't know where to begin. My hands are shaking and I'm struggling to type this on the keys of my phone. I'll try to keep it short. I need your help. The door in the basement of my apartment building was open. Why did I have to go and look? I can't stop myself sometimes. It's the writer in me, I guess. I write short stories that I post online and, well, I saw an open door in the basement. Nothing but blackness showing from within, and I had to check. This could make for an interesting story, I thought. I had just put my clothes in the dryer and had an hour to kill anyways. The strange thing was, I didn't remember ever seeing this door down there before. It was just like it had just appeared. I assumed it was just one of those things I had never noticed, but my wife says I'm unobservant, that I'll forget to clean things up around the apartment for months, not even noticing they are there. I thought this was just like that. Just something else existing outside the realm of my own observations. As I walked towards the door, I thought of the quantum physics articles I had been reading lately. They spoke about how things were in a different state until observed, like Schrodinger's cat, both dead and alive until he opened up the box to check. The door wasn't real to me until I saw it. Like the clutter around the apartment, I didn't know it was there until I finally took it in and paid attention to it. The door swung open, slowly, of its own accord, as I walked towards it. Inside was only blackness defying the fluorescence. I couldn't help myself. I stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind me, and when I looked back, it was gone. All around me was darkness. The only thing I had left was what I held in my hand. This phone that I'm typing on. The pitch blackness of the space seemed to absorb the light of it. I had the brightness turned up all the way, but it didn't make much of a difference. As I typed this out, it became more and more difficult to see. It felt as if I was going blind as the screen became dimmer by the second. I tried calling out with my phone and texting, but the calls and messages were absorbed by emptiness of the space, and all I got were busy signals and error messages. But the Wi-Fi was going strong still. I had full bars. It was on a frequency that seemed able to break through whatever barrier was preventing my escape. I sent a few DMs to friends hoping they would come and find me in my basement, as long as the door was visible to them. It wasn't to me for a long time, I knew that much. I received a message back, after trying for hours and convincing a buddy of mine that I really wasn't kidding. I really was trapped in an invisible room in the basement. I told him to look carefully for the door and exactly where it was. My friend Steve messaged back after an hour and said he was in the basement, and there was only 6 doors. 2 went to stairwells, 1 went outside, 1 was for the laundry room, and another for the boiler room. Finally, an apartment door stood on the far west end. That makes 6. There should be 7, I said. I told him to check again, and again, and again. There was only one place he needed to look, I said, right next to the boiler room. There was no other door, according to him, only a cinder block wall. He asked me if this was a joke, and I tell him no, as my screen became nearly impossible to see in the enveloping darkness, which spread across my existence like a malignant growth. There was a sound in the darkness, like nails on a chalkboard coming closer. It sounded like knives scraping over glass, then a soft click of hooves on the floor of something walking towards me. The thick smell of sulfur wafted up into my nose and stung my eyes, causing them to water.
You changed your password again.
The voice said, sounding like the hiss of static from a stereo.
What is it now?
The password? I asked, trembling with fear. Whatever password this creature from another dimension wanted, I knew I didn't have it.
Detroit Abbott in the modem. Your wireless internet access.
Oh. I was surprised and speechless for a moment, then began to stutter and stumble as I answered. Well, the thing is, we got a lot of charges last month. Also a call from the police, something about torture videos uploaded to a banned website. A long-fingered hand reached out and grabbed my wrist from the darkness, pulling me away from the place when I had entered. I wrenched my arm away, screaming, Okay, I'll tell you. I said the coveted password out loud. I heard the soft clickety-clack and tippity-tap of typing as the dark creature's fingers typed the password. Oh, and the U is capitalized.
I see.
I heard a ding from the darkness. The door opened up behind me and light spilled through. I backed away on shaking legs and bolted out into the basement. When I looked back, there was nothing there but a cinder block wall. I ran away from there, my heart hammering and my blood pressure dangerously elevated. The internet bill was going to be a disaster again this month. I just knew it.